"We need you to babysit again. You don't have a real job anyway," my sister said. I quit my remote job that afternoon. When she came back, I handed her my resignation letter and the invoice. My sister always knew exactly where to stick the knife. It was a talent, really. A dark, twisted surgical skill she had honed over 40 years of shared blood and bad history. This time, the operating theater was a family Zoom call, and the knife was aimed directly at the soft, vulnerable tissue of my newly constructed life. The call was supposed to be about setting up a durable power of attorney for our parents, a dry but necessary piece of life admin. My mother's memory was getting foggy, and my father's hands shook too much to sign checks. It was time. Amanda, as the eldest and a self-proclaimed financial whiz, was leading the proceedings. I watched her on my screen, her face a mask of competent concern, framed by a bookshelf filled with leather-bound non-fiction she'd never read. She shared her screen, presenting a series of spreadsheets and legal documents that made my stomach clench. "As you can see," she said, her voice dripping with faux patience, "I've outlined a plan for managing Mom and Dad's portfolio. I'll be the primary agent, of course. It just makes the most sense, given my proximity and my experience." She paused, and her eyes, even through the pixelated haze of the video call, found mine. And given Chloe's situation, there it was, the first delicate incision. My situation was a polite euphemism for the spectacular implosion I'd had 5 years ago, a messy divorce, a subsequent deep depression, and a brief but terrifying affair with prescription painkillers to numb the wreckage. I'd clawed my way back, piece by painful piece. I had a therapist I trusted, a sobriety I guarded with my life, and a stable, if modest, remote job as a technical writer. I was proud of that job. It was my proof of life, my certificate of resurrection. Amanda continued, clicking through her presentation. "Obviously, we need someone stable and reliable at the helm, someone with a clear head." She brought up another document, a budget she'd created for our parents' care. "Now, there are some discrepancies I've noticed in their recent bank statements. Small withdrawals, a few hundred here and there, nothing major, but it's a pattern." She looked at me again, her expression now one of profound, sorrowful disappointment. It was a look she'd perfected in our childhood. Usually, right before telling our parents I was the one who broke the lamp. My blood ran cold. I knew what she was doing. Over the past year, my parents would occasionally call me, confused about an online bill or needing cash for the gardener, and I'd help them, pulling money from their account with their debit card and their full permission, always handing them the cash and the receipt. I never thought twice about it. It was just helping. Amanda was now twisting these acts of kindness into a narrative of petty theft. She was painting me as an untrustworthy, unstable leech, pilfering from our aging parents. "Chloe," she said, her voice softening into a tone of cloying pity that made my skin crawl. "I know things have been hard for you, and we all know you don't have a real job anyway, just that little hobby on your computer. It must be a struggle to make ends meet." The words from the prompt, delivered with such venomous precision. "If you needed money, you should have just asked. We're family. We could have helped you. You didn't have to resort to this." A wave of heat washed over me. Rage, pure and white-hot, mixed with the old, familiar shame she was so adept at conjuring. My mouth went dry. I tried to speak, to defend myself, but the words were stuck behind a wall of shock. My other brother, Mark, shifted uncomfortably on the screen. My parents just looked confused, their faces slack with age and incomprehension. Amanda had the stage, and she was playing her part beautifully. Full story on channel link below.